All right, here we go. Are you being manipulated? And we're going to tell you whether you are or not and how do toys get to be the big toy. Welcome to the program, Audrey Gusky, who is a marketing professor from Duquesne University. Audrey, welcome
Morning,
to the
Fred.
program.
Great to be here. Thanks.
And so your job, what you teach, is marketing and how things get marketed.
Correct, yes. And pretty much when it comes to consumers and it comes to toys and it comes to the holiday season, people are just gluttons for punishment. They are out there, as we know, in the malls early this last week buying all these toys, spending billions of dollars. Pokemon alone was $6 billion in sales. So whatever the trend is, the poor parents are out there actually trying to find them.
Pokemon's the big deal, right?
Pokemon, and yellow Pokemon is the big deal.
Now this all started off as a game, because my kids like to play Pokemon, the video game.
Exactly, and now it's turned into all kinds of merchandise where you have cards, obviously, and you've got the little stuffed animal Pokemons, and you've got videos, and now we have the movie. So it's turned into a mega merchandising, and that is really the hot trend for this year.
What are we saying? $6 billion
alone in
Pokemon, just Pokemon.
In Pokemon alone, yes. So that's this year's big trend.
Well, here's my question. I mean, do the parents promote this, or do the toy companies promote this? I mean, how do we know? They had, what, 5,000 to 6,000 new products every year.
Exactly.
So how do we know what's going to be a hit and what isn't, and how do the toy companies manipulate this?
Well, it's very interesting because it's a lot of different things, but it's mainly marketing hype that does it. We know Rosie O'Donnell was big on pushing the toys in the past, and so a lot of it's word of mouth or peer pressure. The kids see the Pokemon, you know, at school, their friends have it, and they have to have it as well. So it's a matter of what the kids see on TV, what they hear their friends are getting, and it just tends to be the big trend. It's hard to predict what's going to be the trend, but when it happens, you know that it's the actual hot toy.
Isn't it convincing, and in many respects you say convincing the kids, but also convincing the parents that this is the thing your kid can't be without, because if all the other kids have it and your kid doesn't have it, what a sad sack your kid's going to be.
That's absolutely right.
You better go out there and do everything you can to get this.
The Beanie Babies
toy
was a big example of that, because it wasn't necessarily the kids that were pushing it, but it was the parents. They felt if their children didn't have this toy, then they'd be the only family on the block that wasn't following the Joneses. And so a lot of times it is the parents who are pushing it. They're the ones out there buying it, and they have to have it because, you know, they want their kid to be
How many
hot.
times is the parent convincing the kid that they need it? You know, I got to get you this because this is the big deal.
Well, a lot of times that's absolutely true. So the list that the kids are putting together for Santa isn't necessarily their list. A lot of times it's the parents. Absolutely.
So it's kind of like a self-fulfilling thing. As parents become convinced, sometimes the kids and then parents, then the rush goes on, and then they go out, and instead of buying just the Tickle Me Elmo that they needed, last year it was Furbies as well.
Yes.
Just the Furby. I better get 5 of them, because I know I won't be able to get any more.
That's exactly right. So parents almost starting end of September, early October want to hear what the big toy is, because they want to get out there in the stores. That's why people were in line at 6 a.m. at Walmart the day after Thanksgiving. It wasn't to buy other things, it was to buy the toys, mainly to get the Pokemon product.
I know I talked to Tiger Electronics last year on my radio show, and the theory, the rumor was that these guys were creating shortages to create the frenzy. They said, oh, no, we're not doing that.
Many times they do that. Yeah, you think about the Burger King frenzy where they have the Pokemon now, and McDonald's had the Beanie Babies, and you know that they knew that it was going to be a really mass marketing extravaganza.
I mean, if they didn't know, how good are they, right?
Well, absolutely. They know predictions, and they know kids, and they know parents, and so you would think they would have known ahead of time. So a lot of times you're exactly right. They suggest that there's a shortage, so that way you are out there getting it, obviously paying more money than you normally would.
Well, that's right. You pay more money. Now they're giving away Tickle Me Elmo 1 year later.
They're giving it away with promotions. So you figured Pokemon is going to come and go too. It's a matter of trends. As you said earlier in your show, the Cabbage Patch Dolls, we had the Power Rangers, we had the laser tag many years ago. So it's almost as if parents are looking for the hot toy so they can go out there and tell everybody that they actually have it for their kids.
Has there ever been an effort to make it a hot toy that just didn't go?
Oh, I would say probably every other toy that's out there, manufacturers are trying to do that. They're trying to be the toy, the must-have toy every year. Doesn't always work, obviously.
So what makes it click?
It's a lot of different things. It's a combination. I think it's mainly the word of mouth. The kids get the notion that that's the toy to have, and so they talk it over with their friends. Their parents get an inkling, and then it just, like fire, catches on, and it's extremely popular. So it's hard to predict what it's going to be, but once it's there, you know, and stores are just frantically trying to get them and keep them on the shelf.
And once you get parents involved, like the Cabbage Patch Kids, which was, I don't know, 10 or 15 years, I don't know how many years ago, It was my mother who insisted that I get her one. She says, well, you're in the media. You can do something. Get me a Cabbage Patch Kid. It's not for any kid of mine. It was for my mother who wanted a Cabbage Patch Kid. And the same, I would bet, would go for some of the Beanie Babies.
Absolutely, stuff. Beanie Babies, yes. And when you get into toys that become collector's items, that's when the issue comes in, where the adults start coming in and buying large globs of these products. And then there's a short supply for the kids who really it's manufactured.
And then the Thai company comes out a couple of months ago and says, you know what, that's it for Beanie Babies. And I sat back, I said, yeah. Right, I'm sure that's going to be it for Beanie Babies. And no one really believes that's going to be it for Beanie Babies, do they?
No, they don't. Maybe for certain lines of Beanie Babies, but they're trying to create this frenzy that, oh my gosh, we only have so many. I'm willing to pay twice as much. You start getting a black market for these toys, which is interesting. And online shopping is really an advantage for people who are looking for these collector's items because it's much more readily available. But the price, sometimes you're paying for it.
Yeah, okay. Well, how is the internet helping out all this stuff? Is it making it easier? Is it making it harder?
It makes it easier for most parents because that way you really have a national market instead of just the local market to be able to tap into it. But my advice is if you want something, you better get out there now because things are going fast.
Yeah, well, yeah, come on. You better get out there now. Things are going fast. I don't know how many waiting lists they probably have at Toys R Us for some of this stuff. For
exactly.
Yellow Pokemon.
That's exactly
is it yellow?
Right.
Is it yellow?
Well, the yellow Pokemon is the hot one to get this year, yeah.
Don't these guys have names? I know there's Pikachu, but does the yellow guy have a name?
Pikachu is the yellow one, and he is the most popular one. Difficult to get, but this is just one.
What do you mean difficult now? That's what you have to tell me. This is just one.
This is just a little
Is it the yellow game? Is it the game for the cartridge? Is it the yellow guy himself?
It's the guy himself, pretty much. But the cartridges too, and it's the whole package deal. The kids want the whole thing.
What is this thing exactly? This is a Poke Ball Blaster with battle discs. Mm-hmm. So what does this do? Do we know?
I think you pretty much knock these little guys over with this thing. So. You load them up in the discs, shoot the little fellas over.
Become a Pokemon master. Of course, collect each set. Of course. You want to collect them all. Oh, there it is. It goes in, you put the little, Poke discs into the Poke Companion.
Right.
And then you push button to fire, and you knock over Pokemon.
Which probably isn't your safest toy for your child, since they may end up knocking over their brothers and sisters without.
All right, well, yeah, okay. 333 PCNC, if you have some questions about toys, if you have questions about why it's popular, if you have anything to do with toys, Christmas, 333 PCNC. Give us a call. We have some toys we're going to go through. We're going to take a break and come back with some more toys and your calls and maybe strategy.
Okay, strategy's good.
Strategy's good. Maybe strategy and how you can get these things even at this very late date. We're here to help you today. 333 PCNC. Give us a call. Hans Berger Live with Professor Audrey Gusky of Marketing Professor at Duquesne University. We're going to tell you how to get over this heartbreak, this anxiety. Stick with us. Welcome back to Hans Berger Live. We're talking toys. And your effort, we're going to get you some strategy. If you need some strategy on how to get some of these toys and what you've tried, 333 PCNC. My guest is Professor Audrey Gusky, Marketing Professor, Duquesne University. You have brought with you, courtesy one of the Walmart guys.
Walmart at Robinson Town Center.
Let them out of your site this morning. We have here the hot toys, right?
Absolutely. These are some of the hot ones that you want to get.
Okay.
Obviously, Buzz is a biggie, and
okay, go ahead.
I'm hoping he talks to us this morning.
I know you were trying. You just had it there. There we go.
I am Buzz Lightyear.
And if you fly him around and if you flip up his top, he changes what he's saying,
really?
And he's got lights and whistles and all kinds of things.
I love lights and whistles. All right.
So he will talk all day long. If you like.
I like that. Well, and this is out of Toy Story 2, which I saw this weekend, which is a great movie, by the way. And I guess this Buzz Lightyear is different than the other Buzz Lightyear because he's supposed to have a different belt, at least according to the movie. Who knows? Because if you have an old Buzz Lightyear, why wouldn't it be as good as the new Buzz Lightyear? Because the guys who did the movie were pretty smart in saying we're going to have to do this differently because we want to sell more of these Buzz Lightyear toys.
Yeah, and he obviously has a few more gadgets and gizmos attached.
Yeah, but you said to me during the break that he flies, and I said, really?
Your child is supposed to take.
Yeah, but if he flew, I'd buy one. That'd be great. I mean, that's what I always wanted to do. I got those little helicopters when I was a kid. But it didn't really fly.
No. Well, Buzz doesn't fly yet either, but probably the Toy Story 3 will probably be fun. Here's Ernie. He's one of the hot ones. Rock and Roll Ernie.
Splish, splash,
And you probably can't see it on camera, but he is actually vibrating.
Oh, he is vibrating. Yeah, you can see it a little. You can see the tag shaking.
And he sings 2 songs.
Ladies and gentlemen, live on our stage, Ernie rocks. We got little lights there, little light emitting diodes there.
Now, I think as parents, when you're buying toys, you have a couple of things you need to think about. The one is age appropriate. You need to figure out if the toys are actually appropriate for the particular age for the child, but also play value. I mean, how many times can you actually hear Ernie singing before you're ready to throw him out the window?
Well, yeah, but your play value and their play value are 2 different things. They could hear it over and over and over again.
Correct.
That's what's driving you nuts. That's why get that guy there, the black and gold guy there, the Steeler Furby. We can call him that. It really isn't that.
Yeah.
The Furby, which mercifully Dr. Gusky has taken the batteries out, because once these things get started, that's all that goes on. You can't shut them up. Although I understand the later models, they're not as annoying. And you get 2 of these things together, and they actually start talking to each other and go crazy with each other. We had a couple over the house over the weekend, and they just never shut up. And last year, Furbies, they couldn't keep them in stock, and so now they have Furbies. Of course, we have to come up with something new.
Right, which is our Pokemon.
Well, no, but the baby Furby.
Oh, baby Furbies, yes. So it's a product extension of an old toy.
Baby Furby, because if you have the Furby, that's not good enough. We need the baby Furby going on.
You'll like this one too, Fred.
Tigger.
Here, this is Tigger, and he's got Baby Roo. And if you push him down, he will bounce. And he may even bounce off of your table.
Really? Oh.
And they'll keep singing all day long if you want them to. And this is also, for the youngsters, a real popular.
Yeah, that's little guys.
Yeah, Tigger, Winnie the Pooh are always very, very successful.
How can they keep being successful? I mean, is it because they're just traditions?
I think
They've
it's
been there
classics,
forever?
and that's some of my advice to parents as well. If you're looking at strategies, you want to get some classic toys as well. The Play-Doh never goes out of style. The Monopoly games, the Lego products. In fact, I have a Lego product here.
Okay. We got a whole toy chest over here. It's unbelievable. You guys
even
come
though
up here.
Lego has expanded now, and this one is what they call Mission Control.
333 PCNC. If you have a question for the doctor, by the way, go ahead.
With motors
I like this.
and various things that the kids would enjoy.
This has a motor in it.
Yeah, so it'll do things.
Light and sound. This is the space shuttle.
This will not take off either, Fred. It won't fly for you.
See,
but
that's what I know. Oh, look at this. We can open it up here and just. There we go. Look at that. It would be so cool if it did take off, though. I'm waiting for that generation of toys.
Yeah, I think we're getting close to it. So this is another popular one for the kids. If you're looking at little kids, believe it or not, by VTech, this is a tip and stack turtle. This is really a neat product because it's educational. Kids at this point are trying to learn concepts. It will play a lot of music, and then as they put one of the hoops on it, it will tell you what color it is.
How does it know what color it is?
It just knows. And then, or if you do the green one, it will tell you what. Or numbers. If you push another button, it will tell you that this is the 4th hoop that they're putting on.
4.
Wow.
So
I remember. Well, I don't remember having one as a kid, but I got one for my kids, and they've just made it.
They've made it high tech. So the little stack toys now are absolutely high tech.
333 PCNCJ. You're on PCNC. Good morning. Good morning, Jay.
The shrink with an attitude.
Hello.
Dr. Joy Brown. Dr. Joy Brown tomorrow.
No, Jay, I don't know what you're doing, Jay. You're looking at watching TV, setting the phone down, watching TV, and no wonder they're going to be. What else do we have with our? What's that big piano thing?
This is great. This is for really the little ones. This is a piano that you put along the back of a crib or bassinet or something for your baby, and it's very quiet. But it'll either play different songs for you, or if you push the different animals, it will make the animal sounds. If you push the notes, it will start playing notes.
For the kids,
and you can actually play, the kids can play songs. So they can actually, by kicking, this is a kick and play.
Kick and play.
Yeah. So by
The lights light up? Oh, they do, don't they?
kicking their little booties against this, the lights will light up and they can play different songs, and they can play Mary Had a Little Lamb
All right,
on
that's
this
good.
themselves, which is neat.
That's good. Now, you said you wanted to make sure to get the Barbies on.
Oh, yeah, let me grab the
Barbies, now don't go too far. Okay,
Okay.
go ahead. She's gonna go off to the side and get. I'm telling you, we have a whole toy store here. We've got everything in the world. Oh, now what I liked about Barbies in Toy Story 2, it's my little movie review today, is that, is that Barbies made up the backup band for a couple of the singing groups.
Okay.
Jay, have you gotten off your TV yet? Jay? Jay is in Never Never Land. Okay.
Barbie has matured, and from just the simple basic Barbie they had from the 50s, we've now got working woman Barbie, where she has her faxes, her cell phone, and all the different merchandise.
She does have a cell phone.
Yeah.
High-heeled shoes.
Yeah, she's still stylish but professional. And she's got a CD-ROM, which is very interesting, which you can design her own magazine and her own stationery.
Really?
So it's a very good educational toy for young girls as well.
But she's got the reversible skirt for the all-in-one for office party look, or the office look, or the party fun.
Whichever professional.
Whichever professional you want to be.
Believe it or not, this is one of the hot Barbies this year. It's
Really?
Generation Girl, and they have different names and different types of dolls. And this one is Barbie herself, but they're showing the different generations and different clothes and styles. So that's a classic.
Generation Girl.
Yeah.
Oh, she's got a camcorder, or is she a photographer here? Is that I don't know what the deal is.
I'm thinking she's a photographer, but she's a woman of the 90s. So that's a 90s Generation Girl, but they have them from all different eras, and that's really hot for the young girls this year. Of course, we've got 40th anniversary Barbie. Barbie's 40, doesn't look it, but there we have one of her stunning gowns. And that's going to be a hot item as well, hard to get.
That's
And we have
nice.
Millennium Barbie too. I couldn't track her down, believe it or not. She was still not
We've got
around.
drive-through Barbie.
This
McDonald's
is
drive-through
NASCAR.
Barbie.
This is NASCAR Barbie, but she's wearing McDonald's, so they've got all of the different sponsorships with NASCAR Barbie.
All right, NASCAR Barbie.
But my
drive-through.
favorite, and you'll love this, friend, is Frank Sinatra and Barbie.
Get out.
And this runs for about $80.
Wow.
Yeah. So this is obviously a collector's set.
Okay. So this is where we're being set up.
Yeah.
All right. It comes in a little. Well, it isn't nicer. It's not even a collector case. It says collector, but it says collector edition, and because it says collector edition, we're jacking up the price.
We are jacking up the price. Yeah. And this is probably not geared toward young girls because they don't even know who Frank Sinatra is. So it'd be their parents or their grandparents buying this because they think it's such a cool thing or a neat thing to have Barbie with Frankie. So
$80
$80 for $2.
for Barbie and Frankie for $2.
Yeah. So, and Barbie's been around, as we know, for generations, and it's a good toy, even though it sometimes gets to be a racket when you look at all the collector's items. But for a young girl, it allows her creative play, which is what you're really looking for, and it allows her to dream different goals and different aspirations and different careers.
Dave, did we say we have somebody else here, or is this still old Jay that's hanging out? We lost Jay. Who's this? We know. Hi. Who's this? I don't know what's going on. I don't like the idea that I don't like the idea that they jack up the price for the collector edition, the collector's edition, and then you come back, we buy it.
Yeah,
See, I don't like the
buy it.
idea that they do it, but they do it because we'll buy it.
We are consumers that are driven by something that everybody else wants to have. So if somebody's telling us it's a collector's item, telling us it's more expensive, it almost like turns the buttons on in our heads, and we're out there, we're tracking it down, and we're trying to get it.
Ross, you're on PCNC. Yeah, Ross, you're on PCNC.
My son, you told me don't pay the bill.
Are we sure we have the right? We're not sure. Because we keep, you know what? We know it's on Channel 11 right now because we keep hearing it. But that's all right. We're going to take a break. And thank you.
Oh, my pleasure.
Thanks for bringing all these toys in. We need Santa Claus to help get them out of here in this big toy set.
Well, that's exactly right. And my advice to parents as far as strategies go out there with a plan, have a list, figure out what particular toys your kids want, which are going to be beneficial for them, a little bit of fun, a little bit of education. Have the budget and go out there, shop coupons, shop sales. They're there.
Don't go just, I want this. Make sure you know what you want.
Absolutely. You have to go in there with a set idea. Have your kid's Santa list in front of you.
And have
too.
a backup.
Yes, and Merry Christmas to everyone. We only have how many shopping days left?
I don't know. I lose track. Thanks, Professor. We appreciate
My
it.
pleasure,
Stick
Chris.
with us. Mr. Towing is coming up next. We're going to talk to him. Hopefully, you're going to be able to talk to him as well. Stick with us. Hans Berger Live on PCNC.